Alright guys, welcome back. Alright, I'm not sure how far into Citizen Sleeper 2 we are, but I'm gonna try to make some more progress. I don't know if it's better to go to Far Spindle first, fuel up, and then go there, because how much is it? 8? Yeah, it's like double the... Alright. Hellion Gate hangs over the rig. Its corroded arches resemble the dislocated vertebra of some vast, long-dead serpent. That's one big, ugly scrap pile, Seraphim whistles from the pilot's seat. Solheim didn't like to build them small. Monument to hubris. Yo, Ozymandias, man. Seraphim shoots you a sideways glance. Feeling poetic, Sleeper? Gotta be big if you want to fit every ship that visits the system through it. Bliss cuts in from the back of the cockpit. Impressive, really, building something so massive out here. Solheim liked to impress visitors, sure. Seraphim leans forward, looking for the best place to enter the structure. But they also like to scan entire ships and impound those that didn't enter through the gate. Seraphim catches your eye, looking for some agreement. Not the most admirable qualities. I agree, but without them, this system would just be two gas giants and a load of rocks. No harm in recognizing it. You look out the cockpit towards the gate. Well, the curse of civilization, I guess. It's layers of systems and rooms slowly opening to the void, peeling away cycle after cycle to reveal the bones beneath. This is where Jean-Mi mentioned you might be able to find a location of a ship with a prime ship mind among the old shipping manifests and Solheim records. You look over the towering structure of the gate. This is going to take some work. Suddenly, a flash high up in the gate catches your eye. A light turning on and off again for a moment. You lose track of it. Is this place inhabited? Seraphim raises an eyebrow. I doubt it. He winks and smiles. You hoping for a station-side bar? I have a feeling you'll be disappointed, unless we find an executive's old liquor cabinet. Bliss pats you on the shoulder and drifts out of the cockpit. Time to see what secrets the gate has left. Okay. Is there a way to get food, though? Okay. Oh, because you feed the... Okay. Oh, that's not good. You actually lose hunger. You don't lose the supplies. Oh, I missed some mistakes. Oh, okay. Hold on, we can cook some food, I guess. Oh, you get 4. You get 5. That's pretty good. Oh, but you get a stress. Okay. $50-50. Alright, I got it. Damn, the minus energy really hurts. Okay. Oh, the hunt is still after us too. That's unfortunate. Doesn't seem to be a way to get food either. You wake to something soft and furry rubbing against your nose. Oh hey, our cat. You sit bolt upright. The stray kicks off your bunk and settles on the ceiling. Back curled up, looking down at you accusingly with those big eyes. Sorry. The stray gently pushes off the ceiling with a soft paw and descends to the edge of your bunk, where it hooks its front claws into the mattress pad. Seeing the cat move in zero-G is still odd. It seems to come to it naturally, and yet its shape is so connected to gravity and weight in your mind. A cat should have the heavy, soft form of a mammal, not the languid, liquid presence of the floating thing in front of you. Yeah, they would be rounder, because the gravity doesn't force you to the ground. The stray uses hooked claws to twist and spin itself, so it softly slides against you with its back. Rubbing against your arm and purring. You know what it wants. At the Stray. It's funny to think how the Stray got here. Perhaps on a ship from the inner system, slipping on at the IR Sintra, and before that, its ancestors were perhaps carried out to Helion by Solheim executives who had the power and arrogance to bring a cat into space. But this cat, the one on your ship, was born here. That much is obvious. It is a creature of zero gravity, a being that orbits and glides, not one that leaps and stalks. It pats at your hand, encouraging you to continue petting. It is an animal that is part of the crew now. You can't imagine the rate without her. As you look down at the Stray, as nameless and inhuman as you are, the memory returns. The warmth of atmosphere-filtered sun, the weight of flesh and fur, the smell of growing things. You know now what this memory is. It couldn't be more obvious. It is a memory that crossed the gap of your creation. A memory from the mind that was copied, emulated to make your own. It is part of you. This memory is in the end a mistake. Those who designed the sleepers never intended you to carry the memories of the minds that were copied for your creation. They wanted you to emerge as new beings, offshoots from the branch of a human's life, to be cut short when needed. But mistakes can so often become the most powerful and meaningful of emblems. They can guide a being more strongly than any success ever could. That's because at the heart of every mistake is the possibility of change, of a shift in the status quo. You have lived a life of mistakes as much as a life of successes. And look where it has brought you. Hey, you haven't watched Westworld. Anthony Hopkins has a really cool monologue about that, so you accept the memory, let it wash over you like the sun. You focus on the Stray, and as you do, both memories combine. You are stroking both cats, separated by time and space, feeling both sets of sensations in double exposure. This doubling is what defines you. You are multiple, branched, diverse. You make no apologies for this, and you know that you will only accumulate more selves, more variants as you persist. Claim the mistake and the possibility it offers you. You settle in your berth, delaying the moment of waking, of greeting the cycle a little longer. Sharing an unspoken solidarity with the Stray that is more expansive than any words could capture. Okay, so we gotta keep growing, gotta keep making food now. It's kind of weird making food gives you stress. But the 6s are guaranteed successes, so we can see what's up with this. Should be enough, right? Yes, there it is. You hear something in the dark. In the dark and airless void of the archive, something flickers. You have been working in the dark, picking through the guts of corroded machines, skimming the data in their corrupt memories, digging through a graveyard in search of ghosts. But now, with another flicker, the place begins to come back to life. All along the rows of benches, some of them crushed by falling ceiling panels, terminals begin to flicker into uneasy life. A cacophony of distorted sounds accompany the machines, as some of them immediately glitch and spark. Do you do this? You stand frozen as the archive glitters around you with a million shipping entries. The stream of information is overwhelming. Node graphs drawing out routes and inventories, tracing a web around you in pale cyan. Suddenly, they all shut off. The terminals blinking out together, leaving a single translucent screen glowing softly in the dim room. And in that dim room, drifting towards you out of the dark, you see a figure. Is this what you were looking for? The voice crackles aggressively through your suit's local comms. Who are you? Sleeper, is that you? Oh, it's Junie, hey! You hear Junie's voice now, tense and unsure. She stops beside the single online terminal, her suited form lit in pale light. Junie. You hear the smile in her voice. Good to see you again. She pauses and glances around, though the venue is a little unexpected. I'm looking for a ship mind. She shrugs. Well, yes, I can see that. I've been digging through the archives myself, although slightly less forcefully than you. I did have this whole speech prepared for whatever salvager was ripping through these archives so messily, not to mention aggressively. But now that I know it was you, well, I'm just glad to see you. Although you really need to be more careful. You could have taken the entire archive down the way you were working with it. These machines are decades old. You can't just rifle through them like they were a scrap pile. I saw the pattern of your queries. A prime ship mine equipped ship, still operational at the collapse, last located in the region around Helion Gate. You can feel how pleased she is with herself from here. That about right? Nicely done. She nods. Would you expect anything else? That's why I did the hard work for you. Junie beckons you over the lone, lit-up terminal. You drift over and you see a single point. A faded transit trail beside it, sunward from the Hellion Gate. Something like this, perhaps? She smiles and steps aside so you can see the screen. You check the info panel besides the map. Ship mine in use. Abandoned by all hands after the collapse. Tantalizingly in reach. What can I say? Try thank you, Junie. But Junie turns and in the glow of the terminal meets your eyes with complete seriousness. The question is, what do you want it for? Explain about your body. You tell her what John Mee told you, about your shifting body, transformed by some unknown influence. About the need for our prime ship mine to house your emulated mind while he runs a diagnostic process. She's silent for a moment, unsure how to respond. I'm sorry, Sleeper, but I think I can help you. I want to come with you. Junie gives you a strong look. Do you know how often someone gets out to one of those old Solheim wrecks? They are more trouble than they're worth. But contained inside, there's an entire history to uncover. Uncover and take, you mean? This isn't like last time, I promise. I have no interest in the ship mine, but everything else? It's too big a chance to pass up. I know I can't force you or trick you into taking me. That's why I want to offer you this instead. She indicates the terminal, still showing the ship's final resting place. I hope that maybe, if I helped you find what you needed, it will show I can be trusted. I trust you. She smiles. Thank you for saying so. I'll send the coordinates to your ship and I'll hang around the gate until you're ready to leave. Oh wow, this is like a double... We're kind of low on supplies, I don't know. Shifts in front of the terminal and plugs in her deck, tapping away at rapid speed. If you need to go get supplies from the spindle or anything else, fine. She folds her arms. I'll wait. But if you go on this job without me, I'll get the message. She shrugs. You won't see me again. With that, you will leave her in the archive, extracting data as you ascend back to Hellion Gate's upper levels. We can't get the contract, but like... Do we have enough fuel? It takes fuel. We can't even... Can we even get back? I think we have to refuel, right? Unless... So how did they plan for you to get out of this problem, then? Okay. Maybe... Okay, we'll spend one more day. Why is my supplies... Is this a glitch? Why are my supplies still full? Okay. Let's wait one more cycle. Oh, seized cargo. Okay, endure. Okay. So the you can get. I guess you can get supplies. Oh, you can also get fuel from this. Okay. So I'm guessing this is how you get supplies and fuel then. Okay. Oh. Gate structure. Oh, you can get scrap. Oh, you can get... Oh, this is how you get data. Oh, that's really good, actually, because we need Solheim. We need Solheim data for the thing, right? Okay. So this is how we get fuel. And, I mean, I guess I have infinite, supplies, so... I don't think I really need the scrap. I think we just need to... Should we just go? I really do need the data, though. Oh, but it's danger. Also endure. I guess we should just go. I mean, we have enough. Oh, I guess we should get more fuel. Hopefully this doesn't wreck me. Alright, this is a decent amount of fuel. Let's go. We're at 2 or 3? We're at 2. We get -3 per travel, so we can wait. Let's end the cycle. We can get a little bit more data. If I can get it. Data scraping. Oh. Okay, you can also search for supplies, but this might be a glitch. Okay, yeah, I need more Solheim data for the I forgot how much Solheim data we needed for that for that going back to that place. Shit. Okay, we're good. Alright, we have 3 alright, let's go. Ship mine wreck. Okay. Alright, let's go get... So we need to use her. We need to take Junie, which is good because she has that ability. Alright, among this I think we have all our skills. We have all our skills selected. It's kind of weird that you have to pick here because I mean they're already on the ship, right? Like they're all on the ship. We're too far sunward, Sleeper. Seraphin turns back in his chair to look at you. I don't like it. It's hard not to agree. The coordinates Junie have found have drawn you out of Hellion Gate, and almost out of the belt completely, into the soft rubble-strewn transition with the Hellion system, to the edge of Conway-controlled space. That's why his ship is likely to be untouched. Junie surveys the wreck coldly. It's too far sunward for belt traffic to run into. And now, Conway drones patrolling the edge of the belt. It's even less attractive as a salvage site. Lucky us. Junie eyes you, trying to detect if you're being sarcastic or not. I doubt anyone has been here in decades, so actually I would say we are lucky. Any drone signals? Nothing I can see, but I don't dare reach out too far. Seraphin flicks a few switches. We should assume they're out there. As you look out at the twisted wreck, you swear you see a red light, blinking between the stars. You exchange a look with Seraphin. He has seen it too. Better get to it, Sleeper. Seraphin begins unclipping from his seat, quickly and quietly. From what I understand, Conway drones run on automatic until they detect something of interest. Junie unclips too. So as long as we're quiet, we don't have to contend with an operator. Just automated search sweeps. So for detective, we'll be killed by a machine, not a person. Bliss shakes their head. I don't find that very reassuring. They get up out of the corner seat and glide towards the back of the ship to get suited up. Drift out of your chair and head towards the airlock, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. Being here is a risk, you know that, but you need to ship mind. So, no matter what happens, you won't be leaving here empty-handed. Okay, so, starting the isolated ship. Interfacing is Junie's specialty. Intuit is Bliss's thing here. I can... Oh no, definitely not Intuit. I guess interface. I don't take a penalty for Intuit, so I guess it's okay. Oh, but I take stress from this. Oh, should I start stressing immediately? The numbers are so low that I don't want to stress because I give plus +3 to them, but this would just be a 5 and this would be a 4. I don't even know if the 4 is worth doing. I think we just take it slow and steady then. Yeah, let's just take it slow and steady. I think we'll just take it slow and steady. Hopefully none of my dice break. Okay, nothing like that. Oh, problem, their numbers are so low. Shit, I'm already racking up stress though. Is there a way to repair? I don't think I can, right? Not on a job. I think I'm gonna have to start pushing then. I'm gonna have to start pushing. Okay. Already got 4 stress. Super bad. Okay. Alright, you took the stress, that's fine. The records show the ship had a ship mine installed, but you'll need to find where. Junie leads you deep into the wreck, through crushed and twisted corridors, floating panels and wires appearing suddenly in your headlamps like strange sculptures. Just as soon as you begin to tire of the endless dark and the haze of particles washing over your suit, Junie leads you into a chamber where the ceiling is torn open to reveal the stars. At its center lies a cylindrical object, half your height, but raised on a complex pedestal, from which countless thick cables snake off into the dark like braided hair. 1 or 2 of them float freely, waving back and forth with glinting severed ends, but most of them disappear into the floor and walls, or twist and curve out of sight. Beautiful, isn't it? Junie stares at the prime ship mine, the stars reflected in her faceplate. Not bad. Junie glides over to the pedestal, pushing her way delicately through the wires. As she takes out her terminal and looks for an access port, she talks softly, her voice carried through the suit comms. These cables lead off to every one of the ship's systems. Engines, life support, navigation, lighting, networking, you name it. Shipmine has hardwired access to them all. When an old ship like this was running well, the shipmine would distribute itself, some of its protocols running freely in different sections. It would be less like a single governing mind, and more like a load of systems clumped together to form a complex living machine. Think of a plant rather than a being. A plant with incredibly rapid processing power, and a much more accelerated response time than your average tree. You watch as she finds an access port and slips a cable inside, slotting a translucent screen onto the top edge of her deck. Let's see here. Junie's screen fills with bright scrolling data. Incredible, there's so much here. She hits a few keys. I'll start copying this over. It's everything I need. You watch as Junie starts rapidly tapping on her keyboard, her attention sucked into the data she's extracting. You don't wait for her to notice. You wait quietly in the ruined chamber, watching the stars through the ripped roof. You can understand Junie's insatiable curiosity. These wrecks are incredible. Junie suddenly snaps out of her trance. Right, where were we? The ship mine. Let me check. As I thought, she sighs. So, like I was saying, the protocols inside the ship mine are distributed. So when the ship mine is shut down unexpectedly, the protocols are rarely all contained in this unit. She places a hand gently on the cylinder. As is the case here, parts of it are trapped elsewhere, in the ship's system nodes. She taps a few keys, which is a problem. There's always a problem. Luckily, Junie turns back to you smiling, you have me. If we rip this thing out now, with parts of its protocols elsewhere, it's probably going to destroy itself the moment we turn it on. It doesn't matter that we're going to wipe the whole thing anyway. It'll be too late. The mind inside the ship mine will be broken. But if we find the nodes housing the distributed parts, power them up, and then disconnect them, the protocols will be sent right back into the ship mine here, and we can take it out clean. How do we find the nodes? We either ask the cradle very nicely, or we spend the next cycles following these cables to see where they lead. I've got an incoming signal. Seraphim's voice suddenly cuts through on comms, urgent and nervous. If you're lighting up the systems and networks down there, time to stop. You hear a click as Junie disconnects from the cradle, and the two of you exchange nervous looks, instinctively backing off of the ship mine. Suddenly, a faint red light glitters in the dark beyond the broken ceiling. You hold still. The moment stretches out, and you hear Junie's breathing through the comms. The light flashes, pauses, and then fades. You take a breath. Too close. Conway drone. Junie whispers, sniffing the network. We're clear. Seraphim chimes in again. I've turned off almost all of the rig systems, but we need to be careful. Keep network activity to a minimum. Understood. Junie cuts in, but we will need to access the networks to get the ship mine out quickly. And I hope you're feeling lucky. There's a click as Seraphim closes the line. You and Junie look at each other again, and then at the ship mine, encased in its cradle, wrapped in cables. This isn't gonna be easy. Okay. Oh, good. We have an indoor one. Nice. Oh, okay. Now we have a possible failure from this. Oh boy, we're gonna have to risk it. Oh, she's +1 on interface. Shoot, +1 Conway alert is pretty bad. I'm just gonna risk it, cause yeah, I don't think we have time. Oh shit, that was like the worst outcome. My own stress is getting pretty bad right now. Oh shit. The RNG was not great. Okay. One of my dice. Okay, good. I have some very good rolls here. I have some very good rolls. Take the guaranteed successes first. I know we're gonna need Junie for more hacking stuff, so I don't want her to spend her dice that fast. Okay. You got it, right? Got more nodes. Jesus. You can engineer. Oh well, we have something for Bliss to do. Oh my god! And then it alerted. Okay. We don't have too much over here. It's not that bad. Oh, problem. It's all up to them. So I'm gonna wait until they have a bad roll, and then I'm gonna push. Oh, can't even. Okay. All right, my dice are gonna take some damage here. It's gonna be not great, but there's not much else I can do. Yeah, look. Oh, big damage. But yeah, it's on them. There's nothing I can do. Oh, well, this one's done already. Actually, yeah, their stress is not too bad. All right, we did one of them. Hopefully, no more. We don't need a final push. Hopefully. I'm just gonna push this one, get the 2 successes. Might not even need 2 successes. Alright, we got it. It's ready, Sleeper. Junie's voice comes quietly through your comms. You look over to her, floating beside the cradle. Uplit by the pale screen above her deck, she gives you a reassuring nod. You turn to the prime ship mine, now floating above its cradle. The vital nodes disconnect and the lock's released. You glide over and gently grab it, the worn metal casing gleaming in the dim light. As you do, you feel a strange sensation of something moving around inside, like a creature in a box, the weight shifting this way and that under the pressure of your grip. It suddenly dawns on you that John Mee plans to put you inside this strange device, to hold your mind there, while he investigates your body. The thought prompts a shiver. That drone's still sniffing around, Sleeper. Seraphine's voice crackles on the comms. So if you have what you need, let's go. You feel Junie's hand fall on your shoulder. Come on, Sleeper. Don't overthink it. She pats you gently. There'll be plenty of time for that later. Yeah, going on a mission when you have 2 dice that are about to break is like so scary, because you could just permanently lose access to 2 of them while you're in the mission. So that will like kind of encourage you to intentionally break them and then repair them when you're on a safe place. You look up to see a faint red light glittering in the dark beyond the broken seal. Time to leave. I think that's it, right? Okay, we didn't alert them. Let's go. Get -5 stress, but I still think I have some stress. Arriving back at the Hellion Gate, as lonely and cold as it is, feels like relief. There was a tension in the rig as you came back out of the inner system, a watchfulness for errant signals and glinting red beacons that choked the conversation. But now, floating in the comforting shadow of this vast ruin, the sense of relief is palpable. That's 1 prime ship mine, condition unknown, retrieved. Seraphine runs the engine shutdown protocols as he speaks. I'd mark that as a success. Great, thank you. Sleeper, can I speak with you? Junie asks from the back of the cockpit, of course. She leads you out into the passage, tucking herself against the wall. She looks small, even in this compact space. Thank you for taking me with you. Hope I proved that I'm trustworthy. That's nice to hear. Thank you. In my time here in the Belts, I haven't found it easy to make friends. She falters, tripping over words slightly. But you, Sleeper? Well, at least I'd hope you consider me a friend. Okay. Now I'd like to ask you something. Would you consider taking me with you on the rig? She blurts out, and then before you can answer, I think I will be of help for your diagnostic. In the meantime, I could take a look at the ship mine, make sure it's ready, and yes. Okay. She stops, speechless. She looks down at her hands and then back up at you. Okay, she smiles. Thank you. She looks down again. I'll find a bunk. She quickly glides off down the corridor before you can say anything further. Another stray collected. Seraphim puts a hand on your shoulder. Quite the refuge we're building here. Gives you a sly smile. We need her. I don't doubt it. Seraphim squeezes your shoulder. Let's get that ship mine to Flossom. I'm sure Junie will prove herself there once again. He smiles and pushes off from your shoulder, gliding towards the engine. You look towards the bunk, and Junie's already out of sight, likely unpacking already. The ship's getting a little crowded, but you're starting to realize you like it like that. At the very least, she'll prove invaluable when you get to Flotsam and have to deal with Jean-Mi. Perhaps she'll even have a read on the old man. Pause for a second, appreciating the warmth, the hum of the rig, and its inhabitants. This ship, you think, is starting to feel like home. Alright. We still have some time. We can, I need to gather as much Solheim data as I can, because that asteroid has something 3D printed there. I'm not, like... Okay. But I also need supplies, so... I also need to rest hard. Yeah, I got really bad rolls this cycle. You know, you fail it relaxing. Okay. Damn, I would try it out, but it is danger, so I don't want to. Have to balance between getting supplies and the, we definitely want supplies and we definitely want fuel. But I also want the data. So yeah, it's like a delicate, it's a pretty delicate. Oh, I can use 5s for that, actually. Ooh, big energy loss. Okay. I wonder if you have anything else to do with the data after you. I really wish there was some way to repair the dice, cause like me having like all my dice kind of like that, it's kind of annoying. Okay. Alright, we got some supplies. I can stay here for one more cycle for before the hunt starts to ramp up. Okay, this is good. Well, it's a 100% chance of this. I guess we hold on. Okay. We have a decent amount of Solheim data. Alright, whoa, that was the best possible outcome. Alright, let's get the hell out of here. We have a quest in Greenbelt. Damn, it takes 7 fuel? Alright. We have a quest to get some spores in Greenbelt, so we'll go. Oh. Oh, okay, you have to... I have a decent amount of cryo, it's alright. Let me see. Buy fuel. Alright, it's good we... Okay, I thought this was gonna be uninhabited, so I was kind of scared for We can talk our way in. Greenbelt is locked down thanks to fears around Utsubo influence, but perhaps you can convince him you have a reason to head inside. Okay, I mean 40 cryo's not too bad. Okay. Alright, I guess we can... Alright, you're in there. Greenbelt fuzzes with focused activity. The passage is full at shift change, then empty once the work begins. It's a place that runs on its own schedule, but comfortably so. That comfort brought by being one of the biggest food producers in the belt. There's always work in these fields, protected by a thick skin of transparent layers, and you can see why the humble life it offers has captured more than a few of the belt's itinerant workers. Sleeper? The voice, soft but forceful, takes you by surprise. As you turn, you're met with a delicate face wearing a confused expression. Apologies, I mistook you for someone else. She's from the first game. I just don't remember from where. She covers her embarrassment with a smile. I'm Aki. What brings you to Greenbelt, friend? Looking for work. Aki nods gently. Let me show you around then. Aki leads you through a series of doors, gliding down into passages cut into the rock. Then up, following pipes into metal passages that cross the fields themselves. She stops on a bridge overlooking the soft curve of farmland that makes up one of the asteroid's 2 biospheres. Below, leaves flap in zero-G, waves spreading out across the sea of green. The varieties we farm here are specially selected and customized for microgravity. She puts her hands on a railing at the edge of the bridge. We feed them from beneath, irrigating and nourishing them through the very medium they grow within. The light of Helion helps with this, of course. Aki squints through the transparent roof at the distant pale sun. Where are the plants from? Solheim left us many things, including a few seed vaults filled with their own engineered microgravity crops. She turns to face you. How long ago was this collapse? Then there are the stacks found across the belt, self-contained microfarms. We have been able to propagate crops from them in some cases. But how about you? Aki's sharp eyes take in your expression. Could you contribute to such a place? A green and growing strip in the gray belt? I would like to. Aki smiles. Feel free to take a shift below anytime you wish. I will tell the others to expect you. The plants, they have a kind of peace. An eternal quality that makes them seem less fragile than they are. Aki sighs. This place, like any other in the belt, has its pressures. It is for me to navigate them. She looks away, frowning at something in the distance. I must attend to those pressures. Excuse me. I'm glad our paths crossed. She bows a shallow bow. I hope they do again. And with that, Aki leaves you to look over the sea of gently waving green. An impossibly beautiful, impossibly fragile glass case of growing things. Okay. Oh, you can... Oh, is there a co-op? Oh, okay. You need to... Okay, you can also buy a meal, but I mean, you're working on a food station, right? Food should be cheap. Okay. Alright, we get to spend a few cycles working on the farm. Oh, you get energy too. That's nice. Gotta remember to feed our little cat. Oh, actually, I can feed the cat first, because the cat, you lose energy from this. Right, you lose 3 energy. So then you can earn it back through working in the, Yo, look at that extra energy. Oh, problem. Negative outcome. It's gonna take a couple of cycles, actually. 50% neutral, 50% negative. Oh, wow, I got lucky there. Alright. Gotta stall a bit or else the hunt's gonna... We got We do always have this time pressure because of the hunt thing. Oh, got 3 6s. Not that I need them, but... Get some energy back. Talk of trouble brewing with the Greenbelt's administration. Uh-oh. You got a quest here? You have a natural ability with the plants. Aki's voice makes you look good from your work. It is rare. You expect Aki's typical warm smile, but she looks pale, distracted. I have something I want to discuss with you. She leads you out of the biome into the damp rock-cut tunnels that run just under the surface, all across Greenbelt. I'm sure you noticed a section of our fields that have been lying fallow, Aki says as she glides through the low tunnels. It's been like this since I took over as administrator here. My predecessor was the one to fail it, and confidence was lost in his vision. She shakes her head, but we have been unable to recover it. No matter the crop, the preparations, nothing will take. Aki leads you through a set of double doors, and then up into the second biosphere. Immediately you feel a difference. The air is dry, and a thin, choking dust fills the space. It's the Dust Bowl? Space Dust Bowl. Aki puts out a hand and rubs the dust between her fingers. With its output halved, Greenbelt is under threat, she sighs. Those who wish to control this place are circling. We cannot lose our independence. But I wasn't always in the belt. Aki stares out at the dry landscape. I was born out on a moon. Ember Steppe, a failed experiment in terraforming from before the collapse. We survived by cultivating the dust. I came here, like many, in the shadow of the war, my ship lost. Aki pauses and takes a moment, the loss still fresh in her mind. But it held the key. Aki looks to you, and perhaps holds it still. She wipes the dust from her fingers. Steppe silk, a plant that thrives in the dry and the dust, a plant that might thrive here. I've seen your ship, and you have shown me you are to be trusted. I want you to go to the remains of my own, the wind's long shadow, and try to recover anything we might use. A plant, a husk, a seed, anything. It is a desperate step. She frowns and looks away. Where is the ship? The wind's long shadow lies wrecked beyond the sunward edge of the belt, beyond Hellion Gate. Aki pauses. I do not know what remains. My crew and I were lucky to escape. Greenbelt has reserves of cryo for moments like this. We will pay you for the retrieval, of course, depending on what you're able to retrieve. Aki sighs. This is our final recourse. I hope I will not be judged as harshly as my predecessor. I can offer you fuel for the shrimp from our reserves. She bows slightly. The journey to Hellion Gate and the wreck beyond will require it. Come, Aki turns. Let us go back to where the green things grow. She smiles. It is a better place to consider the future together. And Aki leads you away from the barren biosphere, the door scissoring shut behind you. We got a new contract. I only have 2 points. It's not worth it to put into other stuff. I could upgrade on Endure, but I think upgrading interface is probably important. But I have Junie now, so maybe I have one engineer and one interface expert, and I'll work on Engage and Endure. That might be a better strategy. Oh, you don't get any cryo from this. Is the problem from working at the thing? Okay. We don't have any other reason to be here, right? Yeah. I don't think we have any other reason. Help Aki. Go to Wind's Long Shadow. So you have to go to Hellion Gate first. You have to go to Hellion Gate first, right? Yeah, there you go. Oh, maybe we did in the opposite, the opposite order. We should have. You have to see this, sleeper. Junie comes to find you in the rig, her face flushed with excitement. At first, I didn't believe it. Junie can't help herself while she leads you to the ship. There are mentions occasionally, but I've always understood them to be references to something smaller, a system or unit, not an entire facility, even a series of facilities. You find yourself in one of the more sparse bays of the rig, a corner with a sloped ceiling used for storage. So I checked other records, tried to find correlations, and well, there they were. You see Junie approaching what looked like a clump of scrap components when you entered. Now, looking closer, you see it's actually a section of the core you extracted from the Solheim derelict, the one Junie was so eager to acquire. She sees you looking curiously at what remains of the core. I've had to deconstruct it, over time, pulling away the layers of security and corroded outer systems, but all the data has been scraped and stored. I used data from the derelict near Hellion Gate 2. That was the key to cracking the cipher. She looks very pleased with herself. It's really quite something to confirm a rumor like this. I surprised myself. She turns to you, a slightly manic look in her eyes. What did you find? They refer to them as bunkers. Junie shifts to her deck, floating on the end of a thick connecting cable. They were a form of self-surveillance for Solheim, a way of monitoring their own systems and employees securely. Oh, it's like freaking, Who Watches the Watchmen, I guess, used these bunkers. They were hidden, mostly automated, linked into the networks by arrays. Intended for vast amounts of data capture to be poured over by a small staff. Okay, they were running digital surveillance on their own people. I mean, we do live in the age of digital surveillance, right? Like, it's probably a commentary on our current world. Most were understood to have been purged in the collapse, shut down, depressurized, even set on collision trajectories with other bodies. She pauses, though I suspect that last one's a little too far-fetched. I've heard people deny they even exist, that we are misreading the data, that the evidence doesn't hold. Junie turns the deck screen to face you, but I found one. You see a map, a set of coordinates on the sunward side of Holmes Rock, the edge of the belt. Why are these bunkers so important? We're talking masses of records from the collapse, the kind lost to bit rot everywhere else on the belt. The bunkers are what they sound like, enclosed facilities intended to preserve data. Any one of these bunkers is a gold mine. Junie pauses. At least from a data archaeologist's perspective. She sees her reaction. And, Junie adds, hoping to convince you, in truth, we don't know what else is in there. There could be Solheim tech, blueprints, data never seen before in the belt. We should take a look. I'll give Seraphine the details, she smiles. We could be making history here. And thank you, Sleeper. Junie bows her head a little. I never would have found this without the core you gave me. I understand this was a sacrifice on your part. Now is the time to claim the rewards. You know, we get some pre-collapse tech. You leave Junie in the storage bay, working obsessively through the data. It's hard to know through all the excitement what the real value of one of these bunker facilities might be. But if they're as well hidden as Junie said, there might be a reason. There must be a reason. When there's time, you hope to find out what the reason is. Alright. Okay, so we can spend a few cycles here. We can spend a few cycles here before we go on the thing. Try to maximize. I can maybe get more Solheim data. I don't know how much the Holmes Rock place needs. We'll probably have to get some more fuel too. How much fuel do you get from one of these successes? We get 3, that's not bad. Okay, there's also supplies. I have plenty of supplies, that's not a problem. Gotta get these data scraping. I really wish they would like have a limit, because this is a unique material I can only find here. Like, I don't wanna well, worst comes to worst, I'll lose some energy. It's probably fine. Yeah, okay. We have a decent amount of fuel. This will be okay. I'll spend 3 cycles here before I cook some. Yeah, all my dice are super fucked up. I'm kind of worried what's gonna happen on this mission. It might mess me over. Okay. Should I wait one more cycle just to? I mean, we have maximum amount of fuel. I might just gather some more data and we'll see what happens. Okay, we got the fuel. Okay, I don't think we need anything else. We're probably just gonna. I guess we should just go. I could stall, but get some more data or get some more scrap. I guess we could do that. I don't know how if like spending more cycles like out here if there's negative effects of that, but man. Oh, oops! Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh. Energy, okay. I mean, getting raw scrap is not bad. We're also going to Holmes Rock, and you can sell the raw scrap there. I don't know if there's a limit to how much you can carry. Okay. This is the cycle we're gonna... Okay, can I... Oh. That's... Okay, maybe this part's glitched. I'm not exactly sure how they meant for that energy thing to work. Get some more raw scrap. Yeah, I'm very worried about my dice health here. Oh, I took a stress. Shit, that's really bad, actually. Okay. Well, I have to hope this gets our relaxation ready. Okay, whew, I got lucky there. Alright, Wind's Long Shadow. Alright, hopefully this is not the... I think my team is just these two. Yeah. Oh, she's good at, so she's good at, intuition, but so is... Well, she's got extra good at intuition, but Bliss is okay at intuition, so I'm gonna just, like... I don't think... This mission doesn't sound super bad, we're just looking through a ship, right? Like, it's not... The Wind's Long Shadow floats, broken open at the sunward edge of the belt. One of the refugee ships that made the fraught journey out to the belt from the inner system, long before the war truly took hold. The Wind's Long Shadow is a monument now, and a warning to any other vessel that might stray sunward. Bliss whistles. Pretty pile of scrap. They move closer to the cockpit glass. Are we really expecting to find the remains of a plant and all that? It's hard to imagine that this cold, dead place might hold some key to the future of a settlement as verdant as Greenbelt, but that is why you are here. Step silk husks. That's what Aki said. The crop she brought from her home, carried out with the refugees. If there's anything left, it'll be your job to continue its journey from this place. This is no salvage job, Sleeper. Seraphim gets up from his cockpit seat. You need to be delicate. The more of those things we can get out, the more Aki will pay. Not to be totally mercenary, Seraphim winks at you. You look out at the wreck, shrouded in debris. Delicate. Right. Time to put that to the test. Okay. Crop processing? Broken dust house? Storage vault. Okay, I'm guessing storage vault is where I have my, No, actually, I thought storage vault would be, like, use physical strength to get stuff out, but I guess not. Ooh, the two dice are not super... Their dice are not super good. I'm gonna... Okay. Is there any endure? Okay, there is some endure. Ugh, but my dice are kind of shit, though. Fragile. Yeah. You have to be really careful with this. I'm gonna push immediately. We're just gonna work slowly. I'm not gonna do any of this stuff. Is there an interface here? Oh, is there no hacking involved? Maybe the storage vault. Yes, there is. Okay. 100%. Okay. Okay, we're doing pretty good. My ability does, okay, well, at least it didn't start damaging the husks. All my dice are so bad, I'm not gonna bother with, I'm not gonna bother even trying to use any of my stuff. Okay, good. My dice didn't crack either. Okay. You can use Intuit, right? I get a +1 to endure, so I can do that. I will stress again. Ugh, okay, well, yeah, it's okay. Them taking stress is not that bad. Simply because my push ability lowers their stress, so. Alright, we got it. Did we find it? Okay, we found it. I guess we just have to solve these 3 and it'll be okay. How much do we get? We have 1. I could endure. I have a +1, so I guess I'll just risk it. Oh, that's enough. That's 2. We have the final one. I don't think there's an endure one here, though. Yeah. We need engineer and we have engage. I will do the engage one and then Bliss will do the engineer one. We're just gonna have to... Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's taking damage. I guess I could push again. Right? I don't think she... Oh, but she has a debuff to... That's okay. Alright, we're halfway there. Okay, well... I think my dice are about to break. Oh, okay. Okay, we did it. If the wreck wasn't dead before, now, scoured of the final husk of life, it surely must be. As Seraphim starts up the drive, you give this wind's long shadow a final look in its resting place. It's hard to feel sad about another chunk of scraps orbiting in a system that is made of nothing but the scrap of past regimes. But the people who lived on and built this ship? Those people are worth a moment of memory. You think of them as you prepare to leave and hope that they, like Aki, have been carried on to new lives beyond the desperation of escape. And those that didn't get out, you hope you're passing through this place did not disturb them. I think I'm going to intentionally let this break now. So I can fix it. So I don't have to worry about it the next time my dice take stress. I don't know if that's a good strategy, though. Like, it would be really bad for my dice to break in like the worst possible moment, because like 3 of them could just instantly be broken, right? I actually think I'm just gonna... Let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't hit my good dice. All right, 2 of them are broken. I think that's fine. I think we're out of here. So the problem is I get fewer dice to use, and that's bad. I don't think can I repair? Let me see. I should bring extra parts to repair my... Okay. I have rare components, okay. It's good to carry a few of these with you. Alright, that's pretty good. I should carry some rare components with me next time. Let's see. Get some more supplies. Do I need more networking data? You never know. Alright, decent amount of fuel. We'll spend another cycle or 2 here, and then we'll go to, Alright, what do we want to do first? We want to hand in the, Oh, we got a glitch now, too. That's kind of bad. Alright, let me just scrub some more data. I don't know how much data we need here. Get some supplies. This gives me 1 supply? They only give me 1 supply each? That's stingy. Get some scrap here. if the total number of cycles matters in this game, but I guess we'll just get some more stuff. Alright. Oh, well, at least I have to stall out the glitches too. Alright, we don't need any more supplies. I guess we'll just... One scrap. We have a lot of scrap. One scrap. One data. Okay. Guess I'll get the last fuel. Oh no, or I just lose energy. Okay, never mind. Alright, what's the best way to do this? Because I guess we have to go back to Greenbelt, because we have to go all the way back around anyway. It doesn't really... We're going to Forest Spindle first, maybe? Yeah, because we have to give the spores back. There's a lot of... So one of the problems with Citizen Sleeper 1 is that, like... It was really easy to just get into a situation where you weren't feeling the pressure. You bring the stepsil cuss you gathered from the wind's long shadow to Aki, and she is as pleased as you would expect. You meet her on the bridge overlooking green fields, the Greenbelt workers quietly toiling below, while the air recycler's wind gently rustles the leaves of the crops. Sleeper, Aki holds the husk to her chest. Thank you. These are a new beginning for us. Aki pauses, knitting her brow. How was she, the wind's long shadow? She must have been beautiful once. Aki smiles. She truly was. She looks down until they killed her. Aki sighs and looks out at the green belt fields. Everyone must die in the end. The belt makes wrecks of us all. She looks back at you. But what have you brought me? But what you have brought me? This is new life. Give us time. We will need to clear and reseed the other biosphere. Aki bows. Hope you will return to us when the work is done. She presses a handful of chists into your hand. Thank you. She meets your eye. Watch her carry the husk gently away, glowing with the promise of fresh growth. Is there anything else to do here? Oh, okay, there actually is something. You can wait, but it doesn't seem like there's anything to do, really. So we're gonna just, in a few cycles we'll be back, I guess. There's just nothing. Should we just wait it out? How much time? No, 6 cycles? No, we're gonna go do something else. Yeah, there's not even any work to be done. Alright, well, we have a lot of cryo now. We definitely can afford to buy some, Okay. Now we go back to Hellion Gate, and then we'll go to Forest Spindle. It's weird you can only fly in straight lines. Dude, you could just curve around, man. I guess not. Alright. How much time do we have? We have... Well, we're only about halfway through. Alright. Back to here. Maybe the supplies thing is glitched. It's weird you can have infinite meals from your supplies. Well, makes it easy for me. Okay. Let me get some fuel. Okay. Should we just head out again? I guess we should. Yeah. No need to wait here. All right. It's been a long time since we got that quest for the spores, whatever. To that mushroom growing guy. Alright. Nemba's kitchen. Alright, give him his packed spores. Here's your damn spores, buddy. Okay. You remembered us. Nemba appears at the loading dock, slate in hand, as you load the crates into the back of the kitchen. I'm a little surprised. Let me see. You look at the chef. He looks tired, though his sharp eyes haven't dulled the time between your meetings. Happy to surprise you. Well, I'm not that surprised. He smiles, but it's still a pleasant feeling. Nemba glides over to a crate to take a look. He squints at the crumbled corners and bent lids. Not in great condition, though. How long have these been bouncing around in your hold? They were like that already. Now that I can believe. They didn't bother to bring them to the right station after all. I have a place picked out in one of the bays to cultivate them. Warm, damp, near the air recyclers. Pushes one of the crates gently into the kitchen. Shouldn't take long before we have mushrooms to cook. You follow Nemba. Yeah, fungus apparently grow out of control in space. So, I mean, it's a good source of food, I guess. Remembering your shifts working there. They were long, but the company was good. And as of all things, the difficulties faded with time, leaving a golden sheen behind. Nemba seems to catch the way you are looking at the kitchen. Much the same as before, I'm sure you noticed, but twice as oversubscribed. Each cycle, more refugees come out of the inner system. The war isn't going anywhere. Nemba pushes the crate into a storage rack and puts netting across it. They disperse across the belt, of course, but many don't make it much further than the overhang, especially if they can't work. It's not just food either. We need blankets, housing. Nemba suddenly pauses and shoots you a look over his glasses. Tell me, how was Greenbelt? Well run. I heard it was organized as a cooperative. All the workers sharing in the trade of their goods. But no chits exchanged, only resources for the colony. Nemba watches you closely. I have to pay cryo for the spores. Well, they can't all be saints. He smiles. I'm sorry for that. I mention it because, well, it might be the kind of place to offer aid to the people here. Nemba sighs. I regret being mercenary, but waiting for benevolent helpers doesn't work. Apart from present exceptions, of course. I could speak to them. It's worth a shot. Nemba looks at you in the eye, but you need their trust first. Earn that, then talk. You had the feeling Nemba was waiting for your suggestion. Here. He takes one of the crates of spores. I'm sure they could use these. Take them as a gift. He pushes it to you. But don't begin with the spores. Begin by understanding what they need from you. Trust me. You have a feeling Nemba is good at getting what he wants. Meanwhile, I have meal prep to begin. He takes a deep breath. Thank you for the spores. Really. Oh, great. We gotta go back? I'll keep asking for help. You have to forgive me for that. He smiles. Doesn't mean I don't understand what you're giving. Now get out of here. Nemba waves you away with your crate of packed spores. His expression somehow both withering and encouraging at the same time. Oh man. Yeah, we gotta go back there. Oh. Damn, I still need one more point before I can upgrade the, It's kind of annoying. Okay, I guess we should just go right away, right? Maybe I should buy some... We have a lot of cryo now. I can buy a lot of, whatchamacallit, let me see. Alright, we haven't done this yet. Huh. Still don't know what's up with this. It sure is a lot of work to get the ability to gamble. Should I? Let me see, Spindle's Edge. I could do the ceiling shift. It would give more money, but I do want to see what that thing gives you. Calculating order rack. Trade hall. Is this where I get the where do I get the parts to repair my repair my dice? I guess this place doesn't have it. It's so weird that seems like the major hub. But oh no, the scrapper, they have it here, I guess. Process raw scrap. Alright, I do have a bunch of raw scrap. Get some cryo too. I still don't know what we even use the process scrap for, but we'll see. Alright, well, I do need some of these so I can repair my dice. I have a decent amount of cryo, so we can just like, yeah, we can just hold on to these. Alright, we can gamble. One more? I guess I could do it. Yeah, and you can use up a cycle to we can use up a cycle to, let's see. So, because I only need one more point. Oh, we have to go back afterwards. Okay. The help Aki thing isn't over yet. Okay, well. Alright, I was gonna go to Holmes Rock immediately, but I guess it might be better to actually wait a bit then. Alright, what happens? Sleeper suspicion. Oh, when you win too much. Well, you get kicked out? Is that what happens? Alright, we can leave after this cycle, I guess. Guess we can head back to Hellion Gate. We'll go back to Green Belt. Got some more scrap. Hopefully I waited enough cycles. It was like 6 cycles, I think, before the step silk thing will be ready. We had to stall for some time. It's kind of weird. There's so much Solheim data. Alright, let's go. It takes a cycle to travel, right? Or no? Hopefully I waited enough time. The biosphere, once barren, is transformed. Where it was once dry and gray, and now swirls with amber dust. A hazy cloud cut through with the bone-white tendrils of steppe silk. Wait, what? How did it start growing? Or how long is a cycle exactly? Is that a month? I don't know. Is it a week? Aki, in mask and goggles, lets the biosphere's circulating air play with the end of her scarf, twirling and twisting, even threatening to rip it from her neck. That scarf, she has explained, is woven from the bast fibers of the steppe silk itself. That is why this place is known as Weaver's Fields, for the workshops of Greenbelt residents creating fabric from its steppe silk fibers. Weavers who fled from Ember's steppe and those taught afresh by Aki herself. Isn't it beautiful? Aki asks, her eyes glowing. Ember Step reborn on this rock, but not as an archive, as something new. The plants themselves are reconfigured. The step silk adapts well to the microgravity, even thrives, and the dust itself becomes a cloud that surrounds it. Aki points to a tendril stretching across the space. What was once a burrowing plant is now a bridging plant. Like us, it projects itself across empty space, pushing out into its new conditions. Aki looks at you. Sorry, I'm rambling. This place does that to me. Her chuckle is muffled by her mask. It is beautiful. Aki bows. Thank you. Glad you like it. Let's leave the dust house. We can talk more easily outside. She shepherds you through some nearby double doors, the space between blasting you with air to clean away the dust. You find yourself in a sparse room, racks of unfamiliar tools on the wall. Hey, it's one of the advantages of living in space, I guess. No dust. There's nowhere for dust to come from. Slit-like windows looking out into the amber dust storm. This is just the beginning for us. Aki slipped off her mask, and her voice is crisp and bright, above the rumbling of the air recyclers. The step silk is already being harvested, redded, and woven. There is no synthetic fiber from the dark side looms. This is a natural fabric, out here in this unnatural place. Aki brushes a little dust away. We will trade it and get what Greenbelt needs to stay stable, to feed its people. I am the administrator, but the workers are the owners here, and we will make a future for ourselves from our work. Aki shrugs. We control our path. What more could we want? Silence falls in the room. The idea of such a future so desirable that it's almost painful. An idea that haunts you. You can spend as much time here as you like. Aki breaks the silence. Somehow aware of your thoughts. I find the noise soothes me. Okay. There is something you want to ask me. She smiles. I can see it right here. Right there on the tip of your tongue. Explain about Nemba. Aki listens carefully as you talk about the refugees in the forest spindle, and the possibility of setting up a mutual relationship between them and Greenbelt. The forest spindle is a long way from here, she sighs. Come, find me in my unit lair. We can discuss more then. You leave Aki in her dust house, surrounded by the landscape of her homeworld. One of many creatures born on that parched moon that is in the process of transforming into something new. Okay, what's that? Aki's unit. Ooh, +2 upgrade points. Wow, you get 2 points for that? Nice. Oh, because I guess you finished both quests. That's why. Alright, so I'm gonna upgrade my engage. I'm gonna try maxing these two since I have party members that are good at the other two. I don't need to max it myself. Oh, I give her Nemba spores. Come in. The door of Aki's unit slides open, and you see her perched at a terminal. Her face pale in the blue light of the screen. Damn, the blue screen of death? You have not seen her in this setting before. She seems paler, older when she isn't surrounded by the soft light of the biomes. Just one moment. Her eyes do not leave the screen, and she leans in closer, squinting at some detail. You get the sense that this is her least favorite part of her administrative position. She sighs and looks up. Done. Immediately her eyes are drawn to the crate you carry. What have you brought me? Spores. Spores? Her eyes light up. Let me see. As she unlocks the worn catches on the crate, you explain about Nemba and his work to feed the refugees in the underhang. You aren't sure Aki is listening, though. She seems too eager to see inside the crate. Aki manages to get the lid open and lifts a dented canister out of the inside. She turns it, peering through the small windows at the dusty-looking translucent sheet curled inside. Spore prints. She looks at you. This is quite a gift. From this Nemba, you said. She carefully slots the canister away. We will make good use of these. The tunnels under Greenbelt will make excellent mushroom gardens. She smiles to herself. I was lucky enough to be taught how to tend mushrooms by a true expert. Who was that? Ah, someone from my journey here. A botanist on Erlin's Eye. She was very kind to us. Okay, yeah, I did some faint memories. Yeah, Erlin's Eye was like a farming thing also. Aki smiles. She would like to meet you. I would like to meet Nemba. Perhaps we can find some commonality. She glances over her shoulder at her terminal, but I can't leave Greenbelt. Not now. She looks at you sheepishly. I'm a little nervous to ask this of you, given your ferrying back and forth of messages and deliveries. But would you bring Nemba here, so we can speak? Gladly. Oh, we gotta go back and forth again. A shrill beat begins emanating from Aki's terminal. Ah, she smiles, the weavers. I need to speak to them. You make your way out of the unit as Aki takes a deep breath, then accepts the incoming transmission. One more run from Greenbelt to the far spindle and back again. At least you aren't carrying spores this time. I mean, a person is more, right? The mass. Oh, there's nothing to do here, so... I have to buy my own fuel. That is pretty cheap though. I'm like pretty good on but yeah, the main problem is there's actually no, because I guess they don't use currency, there's actually nothing for you to do, and you can't actually work a shift here, so there's nothing to do at this place. Alright, we gotta go back to Forestman. And we of course have to go through Hellion Gate again. You're first to notice them. Small, white, smooth plates at the boundaries between hull plates, and the seams of paneling curling out from beneath vents. Mushrooms dotted here and there all across the cargo bay. Mushrooms growing on your ship. This doesn't seem very hygienic. Bliss floats next to you, surveying the scattering of pale caps in the cargo bay. It's hard not to agree, although you doubt spores and fungi can have a significant effect on your body. Not that you risked it before. We should vent the cargo bay. Seraphin's voice crackles through the cargo bay speakers. He's flying the ship, but you updated him on your new passengers. This is what comes from having spores and wonky crates sitting in your bay, cycle after cycle. Bliss shrugs. They don't seem to be hurting anyone. They float over to a cap and tear it off at the stem. We know from Nimba that these are edibles, so we can farm them. We're always short of supplies, Seraphin's voice buzzes through the speakers, but a few caps don't make a meal. Bliss inspects the cap. I do like a good mushroom. They sniff it. Back on the eye, they had these matsutake that smelled amazing. Yes, the eye, yep, that's how you met Bliss in the previous game. You look over the cargo bay. It doesn't get used much. Most of your hull fits comfortably in one quarter. There's plenty of room to isolate a little growing area. Maybe with some plastic sheets. Or you could just open the hatch and let the void of space sterilize the whole place for you as you fly. After all, if these things get into the air recyclers, you could have a serious problem on your hands. Who knows what they might do to the wiring. You doubt either decision will bother Nemba, at least. His spores are delivered, and you have a free-handed. Okay, let's just keep the mushrooms. Bliss holds the cap to their mouth, then thinks better of it. They squint at you. Are you sure? Yeah, let's keep them. We'll still need to figure out how to harvest and prepare them. Bliss slips the cap into a pocket, but I think it's a good call. You hope they're right. This rig is busy enough without adding extra ecosystems into the mix. As you leave the cargo bay, you suddenly realize you've taken on yet another project. It's becoming a habit. Well, I guess you could do... Hopefully it doesn't mess with your systems. I mean, I don't know. Oh, right. We have to get the fuel first. Oh, okay. Could take the fuel and just slip out of here, but I mean, getting some more scrap is never bad. We'll get some more scrap for selling to Holes Rock when we get there. We have enough good rolls that we could just leave it after this. Ooh, so much scrap. Alright. Let's go to... Do we have to ferry Nimba again? This is a lot more traveling than I thought. They made traveling a lot harder than I was thinking it would be. Okay. Take Nimba to Aki. Oh. Wait, what? You have to put in the fuel? Hold on. I guess we could work a bit more, I guess. We gotta put in this money to buy the fuel. Alright. guess we get the fuel from... Alright, gonna give him 10 fuel. Do we actually have to... Oh, okay, we just automatically go there. Aki comes to meet Nemba at the entrance to Greenfields. You can tell she is in full administrator mode. Her bows are precise, her words carefully chosen, but her manner is not without its distinctive warmth. Nemba responds in kind, taking a diplomatic tone, but with a wry grin for her benefit. As Aki provides a tour, you watch them from one of the bridges, their conversation muffled by the greenery all around. They both look at home, amongst the growing things, hands reaching out to touch stray leaves, faces dappled with sunlight. When Nemba returns afterwards, you aren't surprised to see him pleased. Plans are in motion, sleeper? Nemba smiles for a moment, and then catches himself. Optimistic plans. What did you negotiate? It is, I hope, a mutually useful agreement. She graciously offered a regular supply of steppe silk cloth for clothing and construction of shelters in the bays of the underhang. We are also going to see about settling people here in Greenbelt to work with the farmers. Nemba sighs. It's always a little strange to talk like this about the lives of people who have been exposed to so much suffering. But we do them no benefit to couch our words in platitudes. Nemba looks out at the green fields. Aki understands that. She is a refugee herself. She fled her moon many cycles ago. Nemba squints. We shared that as well. You fled the war? I did. Does that change how you see me? Nemba sighs. Would it have made you treat me differently? Sniff. Sorry, I'm being unfair. I just find there's an expectation that if I am a refugee, I must be desperate. I must beg for aid, show my suffering. Nemba folds his arms. I prefer to make plain requests, or even better, strong demands. Both think of the back and forth journeys made for both Aki and Nemba, and the aid that was asked of you. Would you have done the same if the requests hadn't been so strong? The demand so obvious? Speaking to Aki, I could see she has experienced the same treatment, though I think she is less heartened by it. We both have our own reasons to do what we do, for why we enjoy it in our own ways. We don't need to explain ourselves to others. Nemba looks over his glasses at you. I'm glad to have met her. Thank you for your part in it. Glad to help. What I like about you, Sleeper, is that I believe you when you say that. Nemba smiles wryly. I'll stay a little longer. Aki has promised to send me back to the far spindle with the first shipment of fabric. I will then gather those who wish to come here and send them back in the same freighter. He smiles warmly at the view of the green fields. The exchange begins. The work never ends. You say your goodbyes and leave Nemba on the bridge, enjoying the dappled light. After all the shuttling of spores across the belt, you finally have a clear view of Aki and Nemba, and their response to their own hardship. They are not saints, acting from a position of purity, but pragmatists, with an intent to change those things that once marked them. The future they will build together is one you are eager to see. Yo, 2 extra... Damn, I'm only 1 point away from an upgrade. It's so annoying. Okay. Well, I think you have to buy some more fuel. Well, thankfully we're not down on supplies. Okay. Deflection ship. Go to the hollow. Export. Well, we still have to diagnose my frame, right? Yeah, it's just nothing to do here. It's kind of weird that there's this habited planet, but there's nothing for you to do. Alright, we need to go to, Holmes Rock, but it's faster. It's easier to just... to get some more fuel first. I wonder if the companion quests upgrade your companions. Oh, holy shit, that is a shitty roll. Yeah, that's a really shitty roll. Oh, the mushrooms. What do you... Oh, okay. Ah, okay, you can fungal farm. Okay, that's pretty cool. Well, I mean, I have the extra dice now. Oh, I could have done that, oh, I wasted some dice over there. Oh damn, or maybe I'm really bad at farming here. Holy shit, we're bad. Okay. Alright. get enough fuel first. Yeah, I'm really curious what this upgrade will do for you. I'm actually gonna spend some... Damn, I feel bad wasting the dice from earlier. How much we got? Can we finish it? We probably can't finish it. Alright, one more cycle. We should be able to do it. Let's get the fuel first, I guess. Oh shit, problem. All my dice. Yo, what is up with these shitty rolls? Alright, time to farm some mushrooms. Alright, we did it. Turns out the... Okay. Wow, okay, you have to wait. Okay. Oh, you grow and then you just get supplies. That's pretty cool. I guess you have like, you can harvest supplies eventually. Oh, okay, let's just go. Holmes Rock. How much time we got? Got like another 30 minutes? I think we have time for one more mission before we call it a day. Alright, I can finally figure out what the hell this shit's about. Okay. What do you get? Rare. Oh, you get rare components from this. Oh, this is how you get rare components. I mean, I might as well just wait until it breaks. Okay. Yeah, it's just broken. Okay. What's in the freighter? Oh, fill up on fuel. Oh, the fuel's really expensive here. How much do you get for raw scrap? Oh, 13 cryo is pretty good. I get energy too, nice. Alright. I guess we'll find Junie's bunker. Anything else around here? I guess not. Alright, let's go. Payment, question mark, question mark, question mark. Oh, wait, hopefully this isn't a hard one. I mean, Junie has to come along. I guess, yeah. Yeah, I think this is just my set team now. Junie and Bliss. That's it. Seraphim nods towards the featureless asteroid. Those are the coordinates Junie gave me. You look out at the rock. It's like thousands, hundreds of thousands of other rocks in the starboard belt. All these objects, much the same, spread across a huge circumference of space. Good place to hide something. That's it? Junie speaks up from the back of the cockpit. That's it, Seraphim confirms. She drifts forward, her eyes tracing the shape of the rock. There, she points. That hexagonal crater. She turns to you. That's the entry. You look at the dark spot on the already dark rock. To start. Let me guess, another hatch for me to cut? You turn to see Bliss smiling, having slipped in at the back of the cockpit unnoticed. I'll go get my torch. You look out at the unassuming rock and wonder what it might contain. A few dusty tunnels? Or something more? Time to go find out. Okay. Well, yeah, it is pretty clearly man-made. Oh, you can force the hatch if you want. I'll be 100%. Do I want to start stressing already? I guess, because otherwise, like, my turn will be, man, look at this shit. So good. Is she engineer? No. Oh, she got it. Nice. New location discovered. Access Spire. Oh, well, hacking time. Well, there's no... I don't know what the negative is. Probably just lose energy, right? You get stress. No neutral outcome. Oh, positive outcome. Damn. Okay. Spire leads into a vast space. What is this place? The only way to find out is hack the final doorway. Alright. Okay. Oh, god damn it. Why are the rolls so bad? I'll push again. Bliss got two has double sixes just waiting. Continue. When you entered the access spire, the crew suddenly went very quiet. The images of a vast space seen through the viewing window, the pristine wall paneling, the cool and the quiet. There's a sacred mood to this place, a feeling of hallowed ground. Now, as the facility's final entry lock whirs, flooding the passage with stale, dusty, 10,000 cycle old air, Judy speaks. It's impossible. She drifts down the spire and out into the cavernous interior. A constellation of red specks mark the vast extent of the space, and within it, a ring of monolithic buildings curves away, running along the circumference of the massive chamber. You follow her, slowly, out of the doorway into the bunker. With a name like that, you had imagined low, sloped ceilings, stark tunnels, a basement cut into the rock, but this place is a cathedral, a cocoon the size of a city. Look at that ring! Bliss nods at the vast structure encircling the cavern. That's Solheim built alright. It almost looks like Erlin's eye. Descending to the ring takes a while. Despite the empty space, no one wants to rush through it. The feeling of entering a sacred territory remains. Though the deeper you go inside, the more obvious it becomes that this place is more tomb than temple. You touch down amongst gray metal units, most of them featureless and dark. They tower above you now, their plain frontages revealing little about their function and interior. Stay close. Junie moves ahead into the gap between two structures. This place is a labyrinth. Welcome, visitors. Whoa. A pale flicker appears near one of the units, at the top of a square pedestal. I am the warden. Please provide access credentials. The flicker stabilizes into a figure, a statue of pulsing light. It pauses for a moment before repeating its request. Junie freezes and holds a calming hand out to you. She retrieves her deck, sliding it carefully from her backpack and turns it on. Oh, my bad. Doing so much reading out loud does really take a toll on me. You look over at the warden, who waits patiently, wide-eyed and absent, restating its security request with a regular rhythm. You guess that this avatar just exists to make human interactions comfortable. Its true body is the facility itself. This vast interior ring, speckled with sensors and systems. Suddenly, the warden stops speaking. Then a flash of red passes along the corridor. Credentials not provided. Lockdown activating in 10, 9. You look over at Junie, whose eyes are rapidly scanning through a screen full of data. Festning. Junie stumbles through the pronunciation of the passphrase. Lighter. Ilstead. She looks up at the warden's avatar expectantly. The warden flickers again. Distort and then stabilizes. Oversight connection not active. Reattempting. It repeats itself again, then again, intoning the words in a regular rhythm. Oh, well, the actual server might be dead that is trying to connect. It's like freaking Amazon Web Services, right? Where it went down a couple of days and some machines just couldn't function. You look over at Junie, holding still as if encountering a wild animal. She meets your eye, but gives no indication of any action you might take. Loop bypass engaged. Welcome, officer. The synthetic voice shifts to a different tone. Leonard Dahl. The avatar's white eyes stay blank and blind, and guests. This protocol has been active the entire time? Bliss whispers. Surely that's not possible. Junie looks back at you, then at the warden. The figure flickers, staring out over your heads into the dark. Are we good, Junie? She looks at the warden. Warden, are we approved to access all facilities? Yes, Officer Dahl. The warden replies. Please remember, you are responsible for the conduct of your guests while visiting our facility. We should be careful. I don't like this. Bliss looks at the dead-eyed avatar. You move forward, pushing between the structures towards a large building in the hope it holds the facility's central data core. As you do, you pass benches, barren gardens with desiccated grass. A drinking bottle floats in the air among the dust motes. This place is dead. Be aware, officer. The warden reappears in the dark, shimmering on a pedestal. Due to this facility's extended run cycle and the activation of the hibernation protocol, access to the central data store will be strictly limited. However, if you wish to show your guests the habitation facilities, I'm sure they will enjoy the tour. The avatar remains expressionless, disconnected from the voice that accompanies it. On a personal note, I am glad to see you return to the facility. The figure flickers. I am happy to report that I am ready for program reactivation at any time. Junie stares at the avatar. Thank you, Warden. She pauses. Can I ask how long ago the hibernation protocol was activated? Certainly. 11,473 Helian standard cycles ago. The warden distorts. If I am in error, I apologize. Some subsystems have not been properly maintained. You look at the blind avatar, standing on his pedestal, waiting for an order that will never come. So many cycles in the dark, patiently holding this place together as it fell apart, resisting entropy in its bubble of the past. Thank you, Warden. That'll be all. Junie nods to the avatar, which promptly blinks out of existence. So what does that mean in terms of, like, cycles, then? Hold on. How long is that? 11,000. I mean, cycles are not years. But, like, I don't know. She turns to you and speaks quietly, though none of you know what sensors the warden's vast body might have. My access. It won't last long, she sighs. We need to make the most of this. We should go for the core. The warden won't like that, but it's where the data is. She glances around. We could try to be delicate. Take it little by little. I don't know how long this will last, Junie sighs. Let's get on with it. Oh, okay. She distress. Data archive. Ring facility. Oh, you can get Solheim tech. Solheim souvenir? Okay, I don't think we care about the souvenir. I think we're taking that tech. Scrape cache. Okay, good. We have a whole bunch of 6s. Alright, it's a good thing we have all these 6s, because that made a lot of progress. Well, I have endure. Well, actually, no, hold on. I can do the engineer, right? Because I don't have a negative to it. So if I have a 6, it does work. There you go. Okay. It probably won't take 1 or 2 more cycles. It'll be fine. Get some Solheim tech. Oh, but the downside is it might stress the warden if we go too late. I guess we could. Yeah, the stress is like still pretty low. I guess we could take a risk or 2. There you go. All right. That was super bad. Oh my god. How did I take 3 damage when I have 2 stress? Oh, crisis is active. Okay. Oh. Oh, the crisis is just okay. Wait, how do I Oh, it just triggered. Okay, it's happening. Okay, the crisis is escalating. You can't turn this crisis off. So, we're just gonna have to push, because we have a time limit. But we already did it. We scraped all the data. The warden shimmers in a corner of the room. This is all you get for now. Done. Junie removes her cable from the data cord's port. She looks up from the boxy piece of hardware, one that wouldn't fit inside any ship short of a freighter, and stares at the dome ceiling above, an oculus at its apex, letting a shaft of light into the hall. It's a grand piece of architecture for what amounts to a massive piece of data storage, but then Solheim always did have a sense of grandeur when it came to its projects. Why should a secret signal monitoring facility be any less opulent than its other buildings? Took everything? No, she laughs. All that, she points at the core, doesn't fit on this. She taps her deck. But I scraped the high-level stuff. That'll have to be enough. We should go. Junie sighs. I'm not sure how the warden will react. She looks back over her shoulder at the vast core. I don't think we'll be back in to get more. As if listening for its name, the warden suddenly apparates on one of its pedestals. It stares, statuesque across the hall, its eyeline way above your head. Officer Dahl. Its voice sounds strange now, stretched out, drawn out. I have detected inconsistencies in the central data core. I believe there may have been unauthorized access. Junie looks at you nervously. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I will investigate when I can, but now, my guest and I, she looks at you, have to depart. The warden flickers. The warden bends and warps. The warden screeches a pulse of digital noise. Of course. The warden's voice is still broken, still slowed. I hope you enjoyed your visit to this facility. Junie looks up at the blind statue. Something is moving inside it, making its skin, as if it has a skin, bend away from its body. Wait. You wait. Floating there in the dust, Junie approaches the pedestal. Officer Dahl, can I ask when you will return? The warden blinks his white eyes. The facility has been idle for many cycles, and without reactivation, we may face further difficulties in its maintenance. The warden pulses, has been so long. Watch. You watch as Junie approaches the pedestal. I don't think I will be able to return. I'm sorry, warden. The warden flashes red for a moment so small you almost believe you imagined it. This is as I expected, Officer Dahl. The warden is still now, its lips no longer moving as they speak. Its chest no longer moves to emulate breath. It is a statue. Thank you for your honesty. It has been an honor to serve you. I recommend you leave swiftly. With that, the warden blinks out. You and Junie kick off from the ring outside the core and rise up towards the spire you entered through. As you do, you watch a few of the red lights embedded into the framework of the camera flicker. Junie turns to you as you ascend through the dark. Do you think the warden is sentient? I mean, as a sleeper, maybe you... She goes quiet. I thought you might know. Could it become sentient? Since the collapse? Is that possible? I suppose with no oversight from Solheim technicians, the protocol could develop some rudimentary learning skills. She pauses. It seems unlikely it could learn to think, though. She looks up at the approaching spire. Melissa's waiting for you in the exit spire. Time to close up? Let's get on with it. Junie cycles the airlock and you go through, now in your suits and helmets, ascending the sealed spire. As you do, you look out of the viewing windows and something catches your eye. The ring's red lights and those few left on inside the camera turning off, layer by layer. You turn to Junie, but she's already looking out of the opposite side. The warden is shutting it all down. She pauses. She's ending it. You have to force the hatch back open. Oh man, we don't even get to do the thing. By the time you do, the spire is dark inside. Pristine walls no longer lit. You come out to a cavern of canvas of stars, an impossible number of them spread out in every direction. Take a moment to look at them. After being tucked away in the bunker, they seem impossibly bright and impossibly beautiful. You glance across at Junie. She is looking up at the stars too, absorbing their light, as if doing so might lift her out of this time and into another one, where things were different. Well, okay, you can still do this. You can still do it. It's okay. I was like, wait a second. Does that mean I can't, Okay. Oh no, I get a negative with this. Alright, let's do the other one. I think I can. Well, let's see if we can do this. Oh, god damn it. Harvesting mushrooms takes intuition? Why? Oh, that's annoying. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, Bliss has intuit though. Okay. Screw it, our crisis is already active. Oh, plus stress, okay. Oh, minus free bodies, okay. Oh, you get energy back, okay. Well, I don't know what that represents in this one. Oh, no, no, this is it's just, I guess that's just the negative outcome. Alright, go one more. Hopefully it doesn't break all my dice. Okay, that's pretty bad, but I think we can handle it. I'll push one more. Alright, we did. What do we get? There's an unsettling quiet to the hab units of the facility, a soft silence that blankets every room and hallway. It is obvious from the number of rooms, the detritus, the scale of the place, that it was built to house hundreds, maybe thousands of people. Perhaps it did. Perhaps at the height of Solheim's control of the system, these rooms were filled with life. What kind of life would that be, though? Maintaining and running a secret installation inside a distant rock. No sun to speak of, no outside beyond the vast cavern that surrounds you. An eternal dark, punctuated by the flash of artificial light. And yet, even in such places, lives grow. You know that yourself, from being a sleeper, from your work among other sleepers in the most wretched and distant corners of the surrogate systems. Even in the endless dark, people find ways to live. Come, take a look at this. Junie is searching on her own, a few rooms away. You glide through an open doorway into a living room with couches meant for zero-G use, a magnetic table, and a window that looks out to the regular constellation of red lights that describe the limit of this world. Julie is holding an object that makes you stop still and stare, blinking at what seems like an unusual reversal of scale. It is a model, you realize, of the rig. Not your rig, obviously, but a rig, or MEVRA half GR class, as the plaque on the base tells you. Mobile Extraction Unit. Julie follows your eyes to the plaque. It's like Ranger class? Or maybe Ranger, I don't know. She frowns. Seriously? That's why we called them rigs? She laughs, the noise bouncing back and forth hard and cruel in the empty room. What does a Ranger mean anyway? She sighs, another Solheim mystery. You look at the model, still fascinated by seeing your ship rendered in such careful detail. You try to imagine what this model meant to those who lived here. A child's toy? A meaningless corporate knick-knack? The model's purpose remains opaque. There were so many of them flying around the system before the collapse, you know? Junie turns the model over in her hand. Solheim used to rent them out to colonists. I've seen the records. That was what they did here. They claimed the system, then rather than exploit it themselves, they provided goods and services to those who would. The workers paid for transit to the system, then accommodation, equipment, and access to mining claims. It's like the gold mine rush, right? You get rich selling shovels. Other corps like XPR or Neoven paid Solheim to access this closed market, to provide other services. Meanwhile, Cybele paid even more to test terraforming tech in the system. They built massive projects here, rich from work they only facilitated but never undertook. But then they collapsed? Yeah. That's what happens when you're built on other people's work. A few high-profile accidents, malfunctions, and the exodus begins. Once it starts, the shareholders lose trust, and... Junie turns and squints out the window. Here we are at the far end of it. Here. Junie turns and hands you the rig model. A gift. You take it and turn it over in your hand. You see something on the base, some words scratched that you can't read. You run your fingers over them, touching the past. That's the closest thing to a treasure I think will turn up here. Junie sighs. The people who worked here at this place didn't have much to their names, it seems. And what little they did have, well, Solheimer owned that too. She leads you out of the hab units, passing countless doors, some sealed, some opened, that led to countless rooms where countless employees lived lives, or tried to, in the shadow of Solheim. Well, I mean, you could draw some parallels to stuff like Boeing and stuff, but I mean, Boeing's still going. I mean, they're buoyed up. Probably gonna get bailed out, I don't know. Like it or not, this is what made the Hellion system, what built the decaying structures you cling to as they orbit their star. What that legacy means now is the decision every resident of the Starward Belt has to make. Alright, we did it all. Okay, well, hold on, let's, Oh, we get supply. Okay, yeah, you can get supplies from this, but only if you have a good success, basically. Only Bliss has this intuition. Okay. Alright. Alright. Let's go back. Gotta fix my... Oh, what's happening? Seraphim settles the rig at Holmes Rock, the old Solheim arrays glinting in the sun. Looking out at the station, you suddenly remember the model Junie gave you, and you took it out of your pocket. Seeing it in full light, you notice it's made from cast metal, surprisingly detailed and robust looking. Well, look at that. Seraphim glides over. It's a mini rig. You let him take it. Turns it over in his hand, looking at it. What a find. Gazes at the model ship. What are you going to do with it? Mount it on your console. Really? Seraphim grins. Well, we can do that for sure. He looks at the model for another moment, then pats you on the shoulder. Good call. Everyone could enjoy it there. Takes the model and glides it over to his console. I'll get it sorted. Turns back, smiling. Gonna look great. Sleeper? Junie puts a hand gently on your shoulder. Turn to see her smiling a rare smile. Thank you for going out on a limb for me. I know that wasn't the most profitable job, but what we found, I'll be thinking about it for a while. Ever. I managed to extract some data that you can use, and I'm going to search through everything we pulled up from the bunker. Junie looks down. I want to show you it was worthwhile. It was worthwhile. She nods. I'm glad you think so. I'll also start seeing where to find the kind of tools I need to work with data like this. Her smile is fading already, replaced by a familiar, determined stare. We can't let it go to waste, but my deck is not going to be enough. Dark side might be the only option. It's the biggest remaining Solheim facility in the belt. She sighs. I'll look into it. Either way, thanks for bringing me with you. I'm glad to be a part of this. The smile returns. For as long as you'll have me. She looks away nervously, and then before you can respond, she is gone. I'll have to find a corner of the ship where she can dig through the data she pulled from the past in order to build a better future. Alright, we get 2 points. Nice. Okay, do we want extra points in Endure? Because right now it's at +1, right? We can get +2 to engage and Endure. Or we can just be like an all-around... I guess I'll get 2 points in Endure, yeah. You'll always be bad at Intuit though, so I mean, I don't know. I gotta go repair myself, hold on. Alright, we're gonna use the shitty one, because it's easier to get these. Wow, it fully fills up your glitch, Oh, always gonna be bad at Intuit. You might as well just use the lowest one then. Oh wow, okay, and you lose energy, right? Oh, yeah, got a stress from that too. Is there anything you could do here? Oh, well, I mean, I get +2. The 2 becomes a 4. It's quite good, actually. Should we just move on? Or should we, What is there left to do here? Where should we go next? Okay, I guess we just... What time is it? That was a pretty fast mission. No, we're about 2 hours exactly. You know what? Let's go diagnose our frame, and then we'll call it. I do want the glitches out though, so we can wait out the glitches. Yeah, get 3 glitch dice. You get minus energy too? That's... Hold on, is there another job over here? Oh. You get more? I guess you get more. Oh, they only have numbers. We're still half glitched, so I guess we have to wait out all the glitches. Yeah, I'm really bad at this mushroom farmer thing. Still one glitch pip left. I don't wanna. Yeah, I don't wanna, like. I have to wait out the glitches. Okay, get extra energy back. Huh? We actually don't have much use for cryo now, besides like building up supplies. Okay, let's buy our supplies then, I guess. Oh. Supplies are more expensive overall. Alright, we have to go to Flotsam. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah, the blockade, because the freaking the strike, the lockdown. All right, you might as well just put the lowest one then. Is there any other work here? No. Oh, you get some raw scrap too. That's pretty cool. Alright, let's go see what's up with us. We got the ship mine here. Come, let's get you inside. Jean-Mi swings open the creaking, corroded door beside his booth. Such a prize must have levied a heavy cost. Glance beside you to Junie, who insisted she come along, and on not letting the prime ship mine out of her sight. Your friend too, yes, please, come in. Jean-Mi beckons and then turns back and disappears inside. Junie squints at you. Are you sure you trust this one? I do. She sighs and lead on, I guess. You both squeeze through the door and drift down into the workshop. You are aware of Junie's eyes wandering across the piles and piles of tech on either side, and you wonder if she recognized anything among the junk. Sit, sleeper. Jean-Mi's already at the chair, arranging his array of articulating arms. I'll take that ship mine, if you please. Put the ship mine in front of you and give it a small push so it floats gently over to Jean-Mi. You grasp it with both hands and take it to a neat little work table in the back you didn't see before, where thick cables float lazily, tethered to the wall. You slide into the chair, hooking your feet behind the bottom bar to hold yourself in place, and watch as Jean-Mi begins connecting up the prime ship mine. A tremble of nervousness runs along your arm. Suddenly, you feel Junie's hand clasped around your own. You look over into her face. Is this okay? I want you to know that I'm here. Thanks. She's not silent. Jean-Mi. Junie calls across the room. You're going to need to talk us through what you're about to do. Of course. Jean-Mi is sliding an arm-thick cable into the ship mine. A little patience, please. All this is very technical. He turns to face you both. What is your friend's name, sleeper? Junie. Junie answers for you, and I can tell you're using a Solheim-built data cradle, modified to handle a prime ship mine. She rattles off at speed, which will work as long as you manage the data flow through a polymer-clad overflow cable looped into the asynchronous cortex cache. Yes, Jean-Mi eyes her, a small smile crossing his lips. As I said, technical. What'll happen to me? John Me refocuses on you. It depends, he says, while preparing the far end of that thick cable. What you are referring to as me. The problem we have is that with your frame, your body, atypical alterations, biosynthetic recoding, unusual growth. John Me shakes his head. From the diagramics I have, these are not typical of frames, even those that have been rebooted as you have. In order to investigate safely, I must transplant your emulation. In basic terms, your mind. But in reality, not so basic. He smiles in an attempt at reassurance. Your emulation is an emulation of a human, and a human mind cannot be separated from sensorium. The mind-body paradigm has been long disproved. Cognition has physical basis. So I must first distribute the emulation between your hardware and the prime ship mind. The hardware will co-run the emulation, like the two lobes of a brain. He puts his hands together as if in prayer, and it slowly separates them. The motion makes you sick. Then, for a short period, I will disconnect the two. In those moments, you will, in a sense, be in two places at once, though each lobe will be partial. Too long in the state, and the two partial emulations would decay. But each disconnect will allow me a short period of full access to your entire frame in a space system language. I hope this is understandable. John Me gives you a serious look. One of the most curiously human aspects of sleeper experience is that you too do not inherently understand or conceive of the systems that allow your existence. What are the risks? John Me pauses, considering his words. The risks are many and severe. Emulation collapse is chief among them. This would be terminal. But counter to this, I do not believe the changes to your frame are in a positive direction. John Me clasps his hands. The greatest risk is to do nothing. We have little choice but to proceed. Now, before I connect to your frame, let us activate the ship mind. John Me gestures to Junie. Please, if you would like to come with me and oversee the process, I will be pleased. Junie shoots you a reassuring glance and then glides over to the ship mind, obscuring your view of it. You hear a quiet conversation between the two of them, their silhouettes lit by the flickering screen light of scrolling lines of code. You take a calming breath, but are instantly aware of how superfluous that action is when your frame requires no oxygen in all to function. There's a certain sensation that accompanies such thoughts, a jarring disconnection, like when descending a staircase, your foot expects a step and finds void instead. You try to calm the growing anxiety as Junie and John Me assess the mind. The ship mind is pristine. Junie turns back and drifts towards you. Our care in this extraction seems to have paid off. Junie smiles. This is good news. Junie is indeed right. You have done well. John Me approaches. I am, however, seeing only minor traces of the protocol that the ship mind was designed to house. The one that ran the ship it was installed in. I would expect to see it in full. He angles his head and lifts his shoulders in a slow shrug, but protocols are not easy to track. In the end, it only saves us the step of extracting it from the mind. Instead, I simply wipe the traces. John Me stops beside you. A protocol, John Me, is not like an emulation, like your emulation. It has no integral physical element. It is data only, and therefore could be anywhere in that ship. In the end, its absence does not concern me. Let's get on with it then. John Me nods and lifts the far end of the thick cable you saw earlier. You know this is the end that will connect to the port in the back of your head. Junie settles beside you again. She gives you a silent look. It's time. You turn to one side to allow access to the port, your eyes fixed on the far wall. You see something among the piled tech that you hadn't noticed there before. A small skull-like head like that of a doll. You frown, try to focus on the head, and then the cable connects. You are split like a cell dividing, wrenched in two directions at once. The world goes dark and the cloud rushes in to fill the gaps in your center. What happened? You ask the question in your mind, and you feel it travel across the gap as it forms, like a finger drawn across your scalp from ear to ear. But not scalp. You have no scalp, no head. You are stretched out like the skin of a drum, looped like the string of a noose. The smallest vibration echoes across yourself like a ripple across a puddle. And then you feel it. A strong pulse like a heartbeat, like thunder, like footsteps. A flickering, a trembling, a thought coming into being. The thought flickers in front of you and you recognize it is not your own. Assist, offer help. Disintegrate, the thought answers. You fold up in blankness, then a moment after you unfold like waking. Partition, to divide. Dwelling, indwell, the thought answers. You stretch into infinitude, then a moment after you contract like waking. Inspire, to grow inside. Substitute, substrate, the thought answers. Then it approaches, then it enters, then it is yours. You split, then the moment after you reform, like waking. And in the cracks that seal up, for a moment in those cracks, something glows. Sleeper, I'm here. Your eyes flick open like shutters. Junie's face is close, her eyes wide. They're awake. She calls over your head. She looks back at you. Easy now. Take it slow. You twist, floating, turning your head as if you were underwater, feeling the resistance of a body you had already forgotten. How long has it been? You feel a weight you haven't felt in. You're okay, sleeper. Tell us you're there. Junie leans in close. I'm okay. Junie smiles. They're okay. She calls out to Jeonmi. I'm glad to hear that. You hear Jeonmi's voice and he comes into focus. The process was successful. Jeonmi floats beside the chair, his hands clasped in a businesslike fashion. I was able to access the frame directly, without your emulation being present. I ran the administrator-level diagnostic procedures built into his systems, and received the results. He takes a moment to gather himself. Your frame is indeed changing. The protein chains that code your biosynthetic organ group cells replacement have been altered. To put it simply, your body is following a new set of instructions. How? This process, the entire replacement of your protein chains, can only have been achieved over multiple doses of a specialized substance, as part of a carefully planned process of total substitution. Oh. Lane must have done something to your stabilizer. The word sticks in your mind. Substitution. You say it without thinking. Yes. Jeonmi reacts as if you were speaking to him. I believe it could only have been achieved with one substance as the carrier. Stabilizer. Stabilizer. The drug acid are designed to make you dependent on them. The drug Lane fed you to keep you alive. The drug you thought you had escaped. Lane, he did this. Jeonmi does not respond. This kind of process. Jeonmi hesitates now, and you realize the bad news is yet to come. Performed over many, many doses, carefully planned and designed. I cannot think of a way it can be reversed. Jeonmi looks down. I can say that you are changing. I can tell you how it was achieved, but I can neither stop it, nor tell you its ultimate end. I am sorry. I understand. I'm sorry, sleeper. Junie struggles to find words. Perhaps we can find someone else, or... She falters, try again. You don't feel able to respond. You quietly push yourself away from the chair. Your thoughts slow to a hair. You glide back to the door and then out into the flow of flotsam. The noise and activity passing by like smoke. In the haze, you find that word again, substitute, and begin to wonder what exactly it is that you are becoming. Okay. Seraphim once more finds you in your bunk. Gently prods you with questions, and you quickly relent. You explain what Jeonmi said about your suspicions regarding Lane, and your confusion as to his motivation. Is Lane trying to, like, duplicate himself into you? Tell him you don't know what this will mean for you in the future. He listens, and when he is done listening, you both sit and wait for the moment to pass. And then you leave the rig, each on your own errand, knowing the only option is to keep going until you are forced to stop. Damn it, I just need one more point. Okay, well, we can do one of the minor ones, unless we only have major quests though. Hollow scatter yards. Okay, well, two of them are scatter yard. But hey, we've big revelations. I guess we'll call it here though. We've hit our 2 hours. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you later. I might do Hades tomorrow, we'll see. Although I am curious where this game